Alright guys, welcome to Charm City, Baltimore, Maryland. Coming through one of the nicer neighborhoods now. It won't take long. That's why they call it the city of neighborhoods. One block, you got $1 million townhomes. Next block down, you got Druid Hill Avenue. It was rough out here during COVID when I was homeless.
Yeah, I bet.
The money dried up. The people were no longer around going to work. It was some rough times. Needless to say, I didn't have to quarantine anywhere. Nowhere to quarantine to.
How much like in panhandling, like how much like money do you think you lost in COVID? Like before COVID, like how much would you make on average during a day? And during COVID, how much would you make?
It really varied, but it was almost 80% less.
Wow.
Than what I was normally used to bringing in, because no one was on the roads. I had no idea what was going on at the time until some girl on a scooter said she was riding up to Safeway to get supplies for the pandemic, and I had no idea what she was talking about.
Oh wow.
I said, what pandemic? I was like, where's everybody at?
Were there less dealers out during the pandemic, or more?
No, that unfortunately that did not stop. There was a drought with the crack cocaine at one point, but no, the fentanyl and that damn animal tranquilizer was plentiful.
Yeah, I bet.
From $1 million homes to the projects in a matter of 2 blocks. Call this area Sandtown or Upton. I lived in a halfway house on the other side of these projects off of Arlington. I'll tell you what, it looks a lot more cleaned up than what I remember. This corner up here used to be a main hub for dealing. There ain't nobody on these corners. I wouldn't say the police is doing their job, they're just pushing the dealers further back into the neighborhoods. Making them a little harder to find. But they're back there. Now this is the Gwynns Falls Cave. We can't get back in there. They got it filled up with all kind of furniture and trash. It's like I stayed in this cave for about 6 months. You know, it was great shelter in the summertime because it always stayed cool, and I was protected from the elements. I wish I could take you guys in there, but no dice. Basically, we're right in the center of things. Penn Station's in front of me. This is the off-ramp to 83 going on to Maryland Avenue, where I spent most of my days, especially on Sunday morning when everybody was coming to church. I had regulars. Unless I was nodding off when people would ride by me, which is understandable. I spent a lot of time on this corner. I do police training right here at the Learning Commons. The cops would come by and bring me soup or something to drink on real hot days. But man, I don't miss this corner. The streets I came up, I had a pocket full of money and I must have hit every dope hole in this neighborhood. Walking up to Parkside, it's a spot I really wanted to go. Doesn't look like a bad neighborhood, does it?
Nah.
Not at all.
So this one used to be pretty bad? Or no?
No, this is Parkwood. I kept calling it Parkside.
No.
This is Parkwood, and right down here in this alley is where I had my last overdose. They drug me out of that alley into a Druid Hill Park up the street. So right here is where I suffered my last overdose, where they drugged me out of Parkwood over here to Drew Hill. And as I was laying on the ground right here, my buddy was leaning over me crying, and he told me I was turning blue. I looked up at him. If anybody's ever been Narcaned, you know it's not a picnic. I felt like frozen razor blades coming out of me. And I reached in my pocket and handed him $50 and told him to get me 5 more. That's how bad this disease had me. First one I couldn't even get in me. My hand and body were shaking so bad. But the next 2 I got up my nose. It wasn't 10 minutes later, I'm skipping down the road like nothing ever even happened. Cunning, baffling, and powerful. This is Penn Station. This is where I ended up after running around this city all night long, thinking people were trying to kill me, hallucinating. They called me an ambulance, and I ended up at Union Memorial Hospital on 33rd Street. And that's what started my journey into 3 hospitals and 2 crisis centers.